With Manjusha. Hello friends, welcome back once again. This is episode number 3 of Cell Never Acts, It Reacts. Let us have a look at the basic cell diagram. The first part is the cytoplasm, which is responsible for holding the components of the cell and it protects them from cell damage. It is also responsible for storing the molecules for cellular processes. Then comes the nucleus, which is responsible for controlling and regulating the activities of a cell like growth and metabolism. And it also carries the genes, which are the structure containing the hereditary information. Then comes the cell organelles, which are the small structures inside the cytoplasm, which carry out some functions necessary like energy production, building of proteins, etc. Then comes the cell membrane, which is also known as the plasma membrane, which provides protection from the cell and separates the cell from the surroundings. It is also responsible for giving the cell its shape. Now let us find the similarities between the bricks and the cells in the body. We know that bricks makes the walls and the walls come together and make a building. In the same way, cells in the body make organs. These organs performing specific tasks come together and make a whole living organism. So we can say that the bricks are the building blocks of a building and the cells are the building blocks of a living organism. Both bricks in a building and cells in the living organisms are basic structural units. The buildings, though built up of similar bricks, have different designs, shapes, and sizes. Similarly, in the living world, organisms differ from one another, but all are made up of cells. Let us have a look at this flow chart, which says that cells come together and make tissues. These tissues come together and make organs. These organs like heart, brain, etc., performing specific tasks come together and make the 12 organ systems of our body. These 12 organ systems come together and make a whole human body. To learn more about these 12 organ systems, do have a look at the description box. Now let us see the variation of cells on the basis of their number, shape, and size. Variation of cells on the basis of their number. Can you guess the number of cells in a tall tree or in a huge animal like the elephant? The number runs into billions and trillions. Human body has trillions of cells which vary in shapes and sizes. Different groups of cells perform a variety of functions. Let me tell you that a billion is 1,000 million and a trillion is 1,000 billion. Let us see types of cells on the basis of their number in any organism. There are two types of cells on such basis: multicellular organisms and unicellular organisms. Multi means many and cellular means cells. In the similar manner, uni means one and cellular means cell. The organisms which are made up of only more than one cells are called multicellular organisms, and the organisms made up of one cell only are called the unicellular organisms. The examples of multicellular organisms are human beings and elephants. The examples of unicellular organisms are amoeba and paramecium. When we study about variation of cells on the basis of their shape, the question that arises is that why the cells have different shapes. The shapes of cells help them carry out their specific function in the body. They have adapted a particular shape to make their task easier. Names of cells having different shapes. The first cell is the spherical cells, which are round in shape. The examples of spherical cells are the red blood cells in the human body. Spindle cells, which are elongated like a spindle. The examples of spindle cells are the muscle cells in human body. Elongated cells. These are elongated like the branches of a tree. The examples of elongated cells are nerve cells in the human body. One more question arises, and that is, do unicellular organisms have shape? Look at this picture in which there is a unicellular organism, amoeba. These amoeba, they captures food, digest the food, respires, excretes, grows, and reproduces. Similar functions in multicellular organisms are carried out by groups of specialized cells. How do you define the shape of the amoeba in this figure? You may say that the shape appears irregular. In fact, amoeba has no definite shape. It keeps on changing its shape. So the answer is that amoeba has an irregular shape. Now let us see variation of cells on the basis of their size. When you see blood, you must be able to see jelly-like substances which are red in color. When you magnify it through a magnifying glass, you must be able to see some sort of cells which have this kind of shape. When you see poultry eggs, which are also the cells, you can see them with your unaided eyes. The size of cells in living organisms may be as small as a millionth of a meter, which is normally known as micrometer and micron, or it may be as large as a few centimeters. However, most of the cells are microscopic in size and are not visible to the unaided eye. They need to be enlarged or magnified by the microscope. The smallest cell known is 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer, which is in bacteria. And the largest cell measuring is 170 millimeters into 130 millimeters, which is the egg of an ostrich. That was all for today. We will meet in the next video. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and get vaccinated. Thank you.